Hey, Mark. I'm up here, man. Um, I thought I'd do this quick tutorial for you on how to play a man like you would be. And thank you very much for your interest. I'm flattered. Pardon me. Um, the I'm going to assume that you have seen these are basic chords, that you've seen them, or that you know how to use a chord chart. If you don't, we need to back up some. Just holler at me and I'll explain that to you. Pardon me, it's early morning still. But anyways, first thing before I get to the chords though, I want to talk about the right hand. It keeps a constant chicky 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 going, okay? And of course, when the background music drops for the verses and in the introduction, it goes to just a wrist thing on the bottom three strings. Later on, it goes from the elbow and full arm swing. However, it never really stops just chicky 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 the whole time. Any spots that are not played are muted on the left hand, and the rhythm does not stop. Okay, now I'll give you a little pause in case you want to back up. I'll try to give you pause at certain intervals. The introduction and the verses start out in a G chord, and you can use just the G chord if you wanted to. What I'm doing here is I am taking the bottom third finger on the third fret and I am raising it one string to the third fret of the second string and replacing it with the pinky, okay? And this is still a G chord, but it's added this D. And you'll even recognize this chord progression from Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. However, I wrote this song in like 85, 84. I don't know if that was before them or not, but I've found it in several songs since then. But anyways, it starts out with the G, and then the next chord, you merely lower the first and second fingers each one string, and this gives you a C with a suspended 2. This will be written C sus 2 on a chord chart, and at this point you can either use your second finger to kind of muffle the sixth string, or you can bring your thumb up and muffle it that way. Then the next chord will simply once again lower the first and second fingers one string each, and this becomes a D 7th sus 2 or sustained second, and then it walks its way back down to where it started from. Okay, so the verse very slowly one time through simply looks like this. And then there's a hammer roll. And then there's a bridge to the chorus. It goes, just walks up and back down. All right. Now I'm going to play the verse one more time, just a little bit more up to speed. Okay. brings you into the chorus. Okay, now the chorus is really just C, which you should already be familiar with, F, G, and there'll be an E minor, there'll be an A minor. And you can use those chord forms there if the ones I'm about to show you are a little challenging at first, or if you're not used to them. You said you're a beginner. I don't want to be insulting. I don't know exactly where you're at. But you've probably already seen the C chord. Here, once again, all I'm doing is I'm raising my third finger one string to play a G, and I'm replacing it once again with the pinky. And this gives me a C chord with a G on the bottom, and it allows for a fuller, bassier C chord. And then, and there's some of that muting, and then it will go to a bar chord F, all right? And I'm muting again, a G, which is just 2 frets up from the F, a bar chord G, and then you raise the pinky and play a G7. Then again, C, F, G, and now this time I raise the pinky for that 7th. I come down here to the 6th fret and I play the bottom 2 strings, and this is a G13. Okay, then back to the C, F. This time you punch the G into an E minor. There's a pause there, and then it opens back up with A minor, C, back into the song. Okay, so now I'm going to play the chorus all together real slow one time. Into the chord, the verse. Okay, now I'm going to play the chorus one more time, a little bit more up to speed. Okay. Okay, one last thing is during the introduction and during the little solo break and in the background on the ending, it sounds like I'm picking some lead, and it's really just a hammer on. I'm assuming again that you've already learned a little bit about hammering on, just lifting the finger and hammering it back on. And so during that solo portion, all I'm doing is strumming the full strings, and in there I do accent somewhat the individual strings, but I keep it at a full strum, and basically all you have to do is lift and hammer on the first finger and the 2nd fret in each of the chords. Real slow, it looks like this. And all I'm really doing is I'm hammering on, and then I'm dropping down one string and hammering on. Okay, and once again it looks kind of like this. And if you don't get that little solo part exactly the way I'm playing it, don't worry about it. I don't get it exactly the same all the time. I do not believe. I'm getting a little more consistent, but I think, you know, in the heat of the moment, I just feel it and play it. A little bit more up to speed, though, it would look like it sound like this. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Good luck with it. If you have any questions, holler at me. I'm going to do another video, put it on YouTube. It'll be the entire song for you to practice with, and I'll throw the lyrics at the bottom of the lyrics. I'll have the chord progressions. I'm having electronic challenges right now. I've got 3 different electronic devices, a desktop, a laptop, and a tablet to all get to be fixed. Anyways, love your brother. Victory! And good luck learning the song, man.